Hello, welcome back. We are back with it's crazy to say our final episode of season 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Like I ain't been here.
Like for real. But yeah, I am your one of your co-hosts, Lady D Emerald, a
Doctor.
correct. You're gonna
Period.
correct me every time. Actually.
Every time it wasn't free. It
It
didn't come
wasn't.
without pain. It
Listen.
was. It took a long time. Doctor Lady D Emerald.
Correct. And I am a weaver of the mundane and the spiritual. And for like grounded spirituality, since that's what I've been writing today, that's what I'm gonna say. Okay.
Period.
And so, yeah, I am medium in a hoodoo and card slinger when I want to be, astrologer when I want to be, and just a multifaceted black woman. And I'm joined here by my co-host, poet and award-winning poet. So she's gonna make me always say it. I'm gonna make
Period.
you always say it. Gonna introduce yourself.
I actually put that on threads, and
Period.
yeah, I was like, yeah, I am an
Period.
award-winning poet. Look at me. Look at me go.
Okay.
Um, what am I today?
Not today.
I am a polyglot. I'm Haitian and Puerto Rican. So if y'all wonder why I speak all these languages, I did not speak English until I got to school. Um, Sadly, I know more English than my other languages, but here we are. Colonialism. Um, I am a tarot reader as I look at all my tarot decks around me. I am an astrologer because my brain doesn't stop thinking about astrology at any time. If you got something going on and you are the homie, I'll probably be like, it's because this is transiting this. Let me go look at my calendar. I am layering between the lines of espiritismo and voodoo, but I'm not like a practitioner because I can't say, oh, I know all the rules and regulations, right? I know the intuitive existence of things. I am, period. And we are here for the last episode that I didn't even know was the last episode, but here we are.
Listen, because we was like, oh yeah, let's like end on like a shoot the shit episode basically. Like this is what this
Yeah, just
is.
like,
Because the season has been on the heavier end,
mm-hmm,
especially as things have transpired like how we stated. And
mm-hmm,
um this previous episode we talked about transmuting grief through the moon
yeah.
signs. And so we was like, let's just have a random episode, us yapping, talking. I do like we are recording this on the 14th of January, and all the phone cell providers had an outage today.
All of them are down,
All of them.
having
And
an
I didn't notice
outage.
because I've been on Wi-Fi, so I didn't notice. Like no one.
Right. My phone was working. Even though I called a friend today and I was like, yo, your phone is saying this user, can't pick up or whatever. I'm like, you paid that phone bill? My friend's like, I didn't even know we was going through hard times like that.
Yeah, and so people are
But
like,
yeah.
oh, they're trying to test out if they can do a wood. I listen. Good luck. This is a large land to try to do anything on. So good luck with
And
everything
then
you're trying to
also,
do. But I thought this was very cute for Uranus and Taurus about to go into Uranus and Gemini, because I remember doing Uranus and
oh,
Gemini, we talk about going analog, and I've been seeing a lot more people, part of their New Year's resolution are like the journal ecosystems, getting
mm-hmm,
walkie talkies, coming
mm-hmm.
and
You read my mind
so
because I was
like
like, Start getting your stuff together if you ain't got it together. I know I got to
Listen,
get a couple of things, have your to go bag ready. And it's not to be like doomsday is tomorrow, but stay ready so you don't got to get ready and like for real.
I
Have
was
your
looking
shit.
up. I was looking up when Uranus was going to go back into Gemini again for good. The 26th of April.
Of April. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yay. Oh, yay.
In the
uh,
beginning of Taurus season.
yeah. And I will not be local. So we'll see how that goes.
Prayers then. Prayers for
All
safety
the all of the hard transits are going to hit in
during
April.
your
Yeah.
travel.
It's giving indoors,
Indoors. Indoors. Whatever SpongeBob
looking out the
said.
window. I don't know what SpongeBob said. I was
I'm
probably in
like
high school.
Uranus going to Gemini during Taurus season when people are going to try to be outside. It's going to be so interesting to me.
It's gonna be fascinating because the people, I feel like it'll just be like, all right, well, I'll stay outside then.
You remember when Nickelodeon used to do the cut off the cartoons to be like the day of outside or something? Whoa, it's not the day of rest. But do you
Oh, I
remember?
don't, I do not.
Oh my
I don't know when they
god.
were doing that. I don't know when they were doing that. I probably was already outside,
No,
to be honest.
to be honest. And so like they used to have, oh, Day of Play, where originally
Oh,
it was just Nickelodeon. And so like
hmm.
people just like switched over to Cartoon Network or Disney, but then all of them used to start doing Day of Play. And this was
Ah,
like during when this was early 2000s. So like
hmm.
this was when people were encouraging, like we were starting to get
Oh,
more
early
information
2000s.
and research about the importance of play and being outside and recess for children. Now I don't know
Girl,
when
I
we
was
started
outside.
to not do that
I was
anymore
in
because
high
kids
school.
don't go outside no more during school. So
Yeah, I was in high school, so I was outside.
listen, I think by
I
that
was
time
outside.
I think by that time that it was like truly every year because it started happening when my little sisters were little. So I was probably
Mm.
already in high. Whoa, if you were in high school, I was right behind you, middle, and I was
Middle, probably middle.
already.
If it
I
was
was.
early 2000s, I mean, I was probably like eighth grade, middle school.
And but I really remember it because I really remember it for real, because by that time I had gotten a like the house computer really was like my computer that was like on
Uh,
like cause that's when we started to do like the
mm-hmm.
message board like it was all the
AOL,
same thing. The internet was
Jenga,
coming forward and they were like the kids need to be outside and
Live
not on the
Journal.
internet. It's the phones. Mind you, they were correct. It is the phones.
They were correct the whole time.
Yeah, it was the phones.
Mhm.
So I
Maybe
don't know.
that's, you know what? That is going to be the theme for Uranus and Gemini. It's the phones. That is it. Cause I've been seeing people, I've been in the lawless place of threads, and I've been seeing people talk about how they moved all their social medias to their like iPad or something and took it off their phone. And I'm like, okay, I see what y'all doing.
I think the downfall for me is that like I don't have all those electronics. I've now reduced everything to like my main laptop, my phone.
Mm,
I
mm, mm,
don't
mm.
to be a avid reader and like I just put it on my phone because I use like Libby. I never get a Kindle. I never get a separate. Now
I
I
don't have a
do. I
Kindle.
remember when like the Nooks first came out. So the first
Uh-huh.
e-readers that came out from Barnes and Noble,
I
it's
remember those.
somewhere. It's somewhere in storage, and it still work. And it still works,
I
but I don't use it.
had I literally got my iPads because, like, for my birthday, people just decided I needed iPads. So I ended up getting a small one and a big one in the same year. because I just never had one. Um, and so I actually just use them for like work or games. So it would be good to move some of my social media, because I am chronically online and for bullshit, because it's not like I'm not discovering anything.
And she said, I'm not discover. No, for real. Like,
It's true. I'll go through all of the social media and I'm like, y'all just regurgitating information at this point.
and false and misinformation at this point. Like, the conspiracy theories are not even good anymore, bruh.
Because there's not enough knowledge for full conspiracy theories.
And it's
You got to read to conspiracy theory, and people
I like y'all don't even watch YouTube documentaries like we used to, and then be like, and yeah, I
never
saw
watched a documentary on YouTube. I don't YouTube it like
I
properly. You know what I'm
listen.
saying?
YouTube is
I
my
watch
main.
comedians.
YouTube is my main social media because like booktube recently I've been getting into like um since like it's award season, like getting into like
Mm,
all the interviews of the
they
directors.
are
I
showing
love
all the time.
people who are like into their craft because like people are so dope. Like I would have never thought
Yes,
about
they
or
are.
looked at their craft in a certain way. Of course, I don't think I've ever been an avid, oh, I'm a listen to this tarot reader for real. Like
That's
I have
me.
a trusted few, you being
That's,
one of them. So I don't think that really counts. Like it count, but you
I
know,
used to be more consistent. Um, but it was also because there was a whole lot more black tarot readers, and then a few of like the quirky white people that I'm like, all right, I'll
mhm,
listen to you. But
mhm,
because everyone has become a Christian now and they're saved, or they just like got tired of the channel and they went a completely different direction,
mhm.
I am an earth sign. I don't need all this change. I'm so sorry. The reason why I'm here is because I want something that I'm like, I know this person does this. I'm gonna go see about that.
And it's not before someone be like, oh, you don't want people to grow. Here's the thing. It's not that. It's that some people are using the
Y'all get weird.
practice as a trend. I think that's a nod to like Neptune going out of Pisces, Saturn and
Yeah,
Pisces reeling people in. Some people are not meant to be in this practice. Everybody has their own lane and
well,
practice
that's
for the right
fair.
time.
That's true.
But it's also just weird that people go from being a tarot reader to like and a
Devout
person
Christian.
that's like evolving to a person that goes into like Christian missionary work via tarot. Don't
It's
piss me off.
very much, it becomes two extremes,
Mhm.
and what it gives me also, it's like I observe how the person changes, right? Oh, not my favorite deck having a little tear. Um, I observe the changes, and so for some people, it's like a beneficial change, like it works in their life and whatnot. But like, as somebody who has problems with cults, because I don't know in what lifetimes what I have dealt with, but like I don't fuck with them. And so the way that people go about religion feels very strange to me. And not
Especially these
everyone
days.
becomes a better person, right?
Cuz
Like, not everyone
mhm.
becomes a better person.
Cuz people are from one extreme to another and that's what bothers me. Instead
It's a
of
form of
just
escapism.
mm, has
That's
to
really
be.
what it is.
Has to
You
be.
know, it's like most times, and I'm gonna talk about reggaeton, because in reggaeton, we have lost a lot of people to the Pentecostal church. Okay, um, all of our hood niggas at the reggaeton, just I am now a Pentecostal, and for some they had to get out the streets and they had to do that, right? And I'm not mad at it, because if you was gonna get shot up or die or end up in jail, um, and you needed a change, do that. For others, aka Daddy Yankee. Um, it's very questionable that all of a sudden you have a divorce going on, and now you are a devout Christian, and you're charging millions of dollars. You're charging money for them to come see you preach. I'm translating, so give me some time. And it just feels like, what did you do that you need to not be charged with? And so therefore the church will hold you.
I was about to say that you see that people go to the church because the church has told them that like God will forgive you as long as you go get a baptism, and then say at
Mm.
the end of the day like you will get into your heaven.
And he's now singing Christian reggaeton. And
There's
I'm
such
just
thing as
like,
Christian reggaeton.
oh yes, ma'am. Oh yes,
Oh,
ma'am. They get
oh.
down at the Jehovah Jireh of Dios. Um, yeah, he has like, so what I've, Puerto Rican Christian music, it be lit. I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes there's some jingles and some jangles, and
Mhm.
there's some there's a couple, because there's been so many reggaetoneros who have gone to the church. There's Christian reggaeton,
Mm.
but it's very just like, he has been in a lawsuit with his now ex-wife. And I just don't know. Like, I don't know that man from Adam, right?
Mhm.
Like, but I've also have seen him from the 90s to now as like underground music. And it was just like such a sharp shift that I'm like, what are you running from? And I think that's my broad question for everyone, is like, run to faith, but know why you're going there. And that's for everything, because that's also like spirituality, right? Like, some people abuse being a spiritual person, be it whatever your modality is. And so I'm just like, be mindful.
I think I mean this is like such a bigger conversation to be had. And so I have like many thoughts right now with the also the times and how people are reverting to like
Mm-hmm.
very conservative religion,
Very.
which I
Mm-hmm.
kind of I forewarned about with my pickle card about the nodes that I did like a year ago. It's on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
I'll link it, and I talk about with these
Yeah,
current
we'll relink it.
transits that the cultish behavior, and it even includes like political cults.
Mm. Mm. I mean, look at the Epstein files. Isn't that a like, that
I
was
was
a
talking
political
about
cult?
the agencies themselves as
Oh,
well,
okay.
because
Mm-hmm.
so many people at the federal level that were for democracy, that were trying their best, are no longer there. We're talking about hundreds of
Mm.
thousands of people, not like
Yeah.
the people who are actually running the country at a federal level to protect you from your states and your cities are now
Mm-hmm.
gone. And now you have
Mm.
people who are monkey see, monkey do under a current
Mm-hmm.
admin in these positions of power, now even with more money because of a bill that people were trying to stop last year. And then that bill
Yeah.
gave billions to this cult. I'm just gonna say it like that.
They've made.
Editing Lady D Emerald here. Hey y'all, so I am interjecting right now because this is part of the episode where we were filming and we were yapping, and quite literally Spirit intervened and was like, be quiet. And I think like after this, the video messes up and syncing with the with on Liz's side, a little bit on my side when we come back. So if you're watching this on YouTube, we are frozen and you just hear me talking. But I'm here to tell you that this is still a pretty good episode, and this is not the first time Spirit intervenes. So enjoy.
Also, damn, I want Dr. Lady D Emerald to come back because I want to mention this one. Um,
I was about to
I
say,
guess
like,
he's
were we
a
not supposed to be talking?
comedian actor.
Were we not supposed to be talking about that? And that's why I cut
Yeah,
off?
we're back. The messages are done.
I can cut
You
that
know, things
out.
are down, so we gotta.
I would have I can cut that
I
out
didn't.
because as soon as we start talking, they were
I
like,
mean,
cut it.
maybe we should.
Cause I like get up. I was like, is it my computer? Is it the internet? Nothing. Everything else was fine over here. But like when we start talking about, cause it
You need
started
to
to
cut
get
it.
crazy when I was talking
No,
about, oh no, the 3 letter word,
no.
like, and what they mean.
Mhm.
I guess we're not ready for that. Okay.
They said,
Okay,
"Hey,
let's
I,
I'll
I,
put something in to be like brief
hush,
intermission, spirit
hush your
intervenes, and we
mouth."
can't talk about that right now. Like, and then cut it back to the
No, we're not.
um okay, so any recent media or anything else you've been like enjoying, like books, songs?
Period. Ooh, books. So for I get so excited. Um I have my first 5-star read, and it is called, let's do this properly. Let's do this properly because I am a lady of Libby. Shout out to whoever first posted that. Where is my stuff? I'm a lady of Libby, but I never look. Okay, The Stationery Shop by
Timely with what's going on
Marjan
with Iran.
Kamali. It is about
How timely?
Tehran, Iran. And
Cause we country be like Iran.
oh yeah, it is Iran. Let me
Iran
pronounce
with
that
what's going
correctly.
on with
It's
them,
Iran.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's not. I did not run anywhere. Iran, as in the country Iran, and it's like heartbreakingly timely. Because they're talking about the 1950s, and still, right? And the thing that I love specifically about this story, which I think is a running, well, if you know who I am, you'd understand that this is a running theme. Um it's historical fiction. It's a love letter to Tehran. It's also a love letter period, right? Like falling for the boy who's supposed to change the world, and all of like the differences in class, the interconnectedness of it all, because there's so many points in the book that I'm like, wait, who are we talking about? Why are we talking about this story? And it would throw me out of the story, and then you realize how everything builds onto each other to reveal the things that need revealing. But man, it's a
All the
love story.
things.
Like yearning, young love,
Mm, mm,
revolution. I'm like, yes. And then also dealing with whiteness and having a white husband, and like what that
mm.
experience is like. It's
Those
like
are
I do
deeper
love this person, but there's also
conversations
some
to have.
things that
Those definitely need to be had.
I'm dealing with
That I
as
don't
I
think
do
we hear
this.
enough
And
in
I'm
this,
like, huh,
type of like
we get to hear that.
romance. In traditional romance books, we don't really get to
Mm-hmm.
hear and talk like how people deal kind of with those cultural
No.
nuances especially when dealing with um your partner being part of the people who may also be your oppressor. And so like, you
Hmm.
know, mm, mm,
Yeah. And the concessions that are consistently made, I
I'm
really
so happy to see
appreciated
so many
that
people,
from this
starting off the year with
author.
like good reading, because
Um,
I have been
yeah,
I've
period.
been in like in a funk. I won't even say a reading slump, because like in one moment, okay, I can push through, in another minute I'm like, ugh.
It's so good.
And I don't, and I think I realized today, or maybe it was last night, like Barnes and Noble has their 50% off hardback sale,
Yeah.
and my personal library is like mostly nonfiction that I own physically because I like to annotate and write. And so for the hardback sale, I like to go, and
Mm-hmm.
they know in my who read nonfiction, on nonfiction is expensive. Like a
Mm.
basic book, a little book is
Mm-hmm.
$30, right? And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and so many of the nonfictions from last
Mm-hmm.
year are
Mm-hmm.
50%
Mm-hmm.
off. So we're talking
I
about
have
only
to
like
do some pre-orders now
$15,
that you taught me that.
$10.
I have some
And I'm like,
pre-orders.
someone give me like a good $300 so I could like get my stuff. But but something was like,
Ooh.
hey,
Mm-hmm.
your library is a little slow, so maybe your library has some of these nonfictions that you can read if you actually want to
Clear
have them
this
part of your
out.
collection. And they now have majority of the nonfiction books that I wanted. And so, and I get excited about that. I said, "Oh, I'm excited about reading. Okay,
Mm.
maybe it's nonfiction season because
Ooh.
I'm out of like reading for work and school, and now I'm in a mode of reading."
Maybe it's a nonfiction season.
And recently I was like talking with someone. I was like, I think
Yeah.
I like
The
over
doctor.
and
You see the
understimulated, and
completion.
maybe that's it. Like I need to like read cool things from like people who do cool creative nonfiction, because I'm not really a memoir or biography girl, but I do read
Mm-hmm.
about I like to read about interesting people that I didn't know were alive. You know what I'm saying? Like you knew, or
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, this was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I think Friday I'm gonna go and shop at the library.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I said like, okay, I'm gonna have to really use sticky notes and like and whatever in case I do want to like annotate, and then go get the book
I like
and
it.
put it where it was in the library book, and then write in the margins, because I love on my books, so my books are well
Yep.
loved, especially my
Yep. Yep.
nonfiction books. Oh,
That's smart.
well, it just depends.
Mine look like I never touched
It took
them.
me a while too.
I'm trying to, get into that, but like it's gonna take me a while because like being in a Caribbean household, you don't mess up your
Child.
books, you don't whatever. And
This
so
thing got a
there's a
stack
lot of
right
things
now,
where
and
I'm
that
just
I think that's
like,
another reason why I'm like, oh, because
pristine.
I'm
I
like, I
read it.
really
I
do want
did
to
read
read
it, I
these, and I want them
promise.
out of
Not
my
all of them.
face,
I got a
because
stack
there's
right
so
here. I'm
many
staring at that. I'm just
backlist
like,
books that I want to get to this year that I'm like, and so,
I'm
ooh,
I got I got a poetry
ooh,
well, I got a poetry book. I got Playing in the Dark with Toni Morrison. I
now that's the
got
book you should
Walking as
annotate.
Embodied World Making. My friend got me this book and it starts out very interesting. And no, this one I'm definitely going to annotate because I think I want to the problem is like I want to be surprised by what's going on and then I want to go back and then
Mm.
annotate
Cause
is
when I
really what the
annotate, I be
vibe is
like
giving.
reacting, be like, I know you fucking
So that
lying,
I'm
like,
not
and
that's two brains. That's two
cause
different
I was
brains
like, I
for me.
finally finished one of the longer
So
chapters
I just want to
of
like
the
read
Indigenous
it.
people's history to the U.S. Now that was my long read of 2025, and I'm still reading it because it makes me so angry as I read it. And so
Mm,
you just see me like in the margins, like, I know you fucking lying.
mhm,
This is what they doing now. This reminds me of X, Y, and Z. Like it's nothing really
mm. Mm.
thought provoking. I highlight things in book tags. Sometimes like that book is truly like highlighted, so I would like put
Mm.
a
Mm.
page tab
Mm.
on certain pages to like for
Mm.
me to make to go back be like you probably really did want to say something here but just didn't have the thought, you know. And so I'm learning my own annotation system. Like I typically do not annotate fiction. And last year I annotated my favorite book of the
Mm.
year, which was
Mm-hmm.
Hours by Philip B. Williams. And I think that book got
That's
me to
cool.
writing the alternative history that
Mm.
I'm no currently writing. And
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we could talk. Yeah, cause
Are we
I
talking
haven't told
about?
anybody that I'm
Are
writing
we talking
anything.
about our whips? As in work in
Like
process, not like beach
at all. And
ballgans
I, you
whip.
know, yeah. So alternative history. So alternative history books are
Share with the
like it's a
class.
huge fantasy book called. It's by
Alternative
Susanna
history.
Clark called something strange. Well, something. I that's like and it's like 1,000 pages, babe. I was no. But it was like alternative history to like the Napoleon era, but includes like magicians and magic and all their influences on like war. I think that's her name. Dr. Orwell, Norwell something and strange something.
Susanna Clark.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. That's probably the most I think that's like the most
Jonathan
famous
Strange
alternative
and
history
Mr.
book.
Norrell.
You see how long
Norrell.
it is? That thing is when you see in a bookstore, you be like, oh, like, but you know what book I do want to read this
It's
year?
listen,
There's
I
okay.
watch
In
One
my
Piece
mind, I
and I
have
already
three
know how
long
you feel
reads
about
this
that, but I was
year.
like 1,000
I
pages?
finished The Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkerson,
If it's good, I could do it.
which we know is about the Great Migration story of Black Americans. And what made me stop
Mm-hmm.
reading it is because like one of the main characters she follows, their name is
Okay.
Ida, and my grandma's name is Ida. And so you know, and like being
Mm-hmm.
black. And so like that story of the Great Migration because I
Uh,
know I have family members that
I don't want
migrated
nothing happen to my
left like
Ida,
Chicago and
okay?
Peoria and everything. And also just like the dealings sometimes like it's a privilege to be black in America right now because like we can
Mm.
fake like we're removed from everything, but like less than 10 minutes away is a cotton field for me. You know, like and so it's just like but that
Mhm.
the black reconstruction listen
Yeah, yeah,
correct
yeah,
and you over there
yeah,
yeah and
yeah. You
that
go down the wrong neighborhood here, you'll know you lost.
the black reconstruction era by W.E.B. Du Bois
Even though
because like at
they
this
try to play
point
like we
I
got the
think
South, but all right.
maybe we'll buddy read this year, friend. Maybe we'll buddy read
Mm-hmm.
because we've talked about it astrologically
Oh
but we
yeah,
ain't
I
got no
gotta read that.
rules
Let me put it in my
and
story graph.
we're
We
yeah.
should buddy
And
read because
my
we
third
I
one,
gotta I gotta.
oh, what was my it escaped my mind just like
Yes,
that.
we
Oh, The
did.
Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah, I want to get to the root.
Really? And they trying to say,
Oh, I'll
yeah,
buddy
cause
read that with you because it's one of my favorite
they
books.
were telling me he was a
Yes,
biracial girl. He was
yes,
telling me he was a
and it's
biracial.
also a Haitian man wrote that.
They you know how they are, girl. That's one of their greats, and
You already know
he a
he was a
Haitian, a
biracial.
biracial. Ooh, but yeah. So um, okay,
Yeah,
so
Haitian
we both reading
biracial,
two books potentially. That's fun.
but it is one of my favorite books.
It's not
Alexandre
like I don't read
Dumas,
chunkers. I read like epic fantasy. And my favorite epic
and
fantasy
that's
genre
their
is like
one
by
thousand three
Indians.
hundred and twelve
You
pages.
give me an Indian fantasy writer, baby, I am there. Okay?
Mm.
Like oh, I don't care what they writing. I'm about to go
Mm.
read it. And so um
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't do audiobooks for certain
Le
genres, friend.
Conte
I
de
ain't gonna
Monte
hold
Cristo.
you.
And I read that old school style before them audiobooks was a thing. So no, there's no I don't want to read the I listen. We watched the original movie in French class.
No, thank you. Everyone.
It was seen in multiple parts because that shit was so long. I done
That
heard
reminds
the
me of
audio
my
already en français. So
undergrad. One of my Spanish class teachers
I'm
made
willing to
us
reread that though.
watch Don Quixote. Is that what it was? Quixote. There we go. In Espanol, I said I'm not watching these little no. And and
Don Quixote.
it's
Yeah,
crazy
Don
being like
Quixote.
the only black people like not only in this major but like
You don't like movie night?
and like I you be wanting to learn about other Latinos. I don't want to learn about the Spaniards. And then we only started I don't remember Haiti being
You
brought
was
up
feeling like
one,
an Afro Latina?
which is crazy because we learned and that's crazy because we
Why
learned that
would it be? They
Haiti
don't
is
consider Haiti
Latino.
a Latin country, even if it is, and it's the reason why most of y'all are free.
Correct. Because of the you're right. Right. Uh,
But Haitians are not gonna. We don't get me started on Latinidad. Like, don't get me started on Latinidad because this is a dissertation. It's a weird space to be in. Um, as a yeah, you
and
want to
also how
talk
they treat
about
their own
Latinidad?
indigenous
Just see how
sometimes. A
they
lot of
treat Black
times
people that
throughout
are Latinos
history.
in any place,
Crazy
and
work.
you will have your answer.
Crazy work. Ew. You know? And so, yeah.
It's
I
very
don't
close to
know.
the same.
Ooh.
Yeah. So shout out to my
Oh.
Spanish teacher in elementary school. She was the first Black
Baby, them
Latina
Cubans.
that I had,
Them Cubans in
Senora
them
Sanchez,
are
a Black Cuban lady. And she was
baby.
tired of people not rolling their goddamn R's,
My
okay?
Spanish phonetics professor was a Cuban
That's what I remember. But we were
and
like,
talked about like where the tongue should land on the palate with certain words so that you can listen
mm,
phonetics.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
not playing. And it's crazy because I took the phonetics class while I was in
Ooh,
Costa Rica. So I was around like Nicaraguans, Costa
not playing.
Ricans, Jamaicans who are also
Chaos.
Costa like half
Mm,
Costa Rica, half Jamaican, Panamanians, and then here is this
mm.
like Cuban man teaching phonetics. Like hop, jump, and a skip.
Shout out to Panama.
Like
Like, sir, how did you get here? Even
mm,
though, honestly, historically, it was easier to get around
mm-hmm,
between like the Caribbean and that's like certain areas in Latin America,
mm-hmm,
because of like trade and et cetera, et cetera. So like it was a thing. People were just in different
mm.
places because they could be. There
Bring
used
it
to be a
back.
ferry from Puerto Rico to St.
Bring it back.
Thomas. You could just hop on that bitch and be
Let's
in another
see.
island because it's down the street.
That's a waste of gas.
But it would be
Let's
so
see what
lovely.
else. What other
Now we gotta
media
fly
have I
30
been enjoying?
minutes,
Because I just been back trying to get back
an
into
hour.
shows,
But yeah.
and so my screen time has gone up for real. Like I was talking about work in progresses before this, but like yeah, alternative historical.
Oh, yeah, I got a show. I got a show for y'all.
Like, are they gonna go back to the original point? Like. Okay, so in progress, y'all, because it
Listen,
is
you're
the year
welcome.
analog.
Y'all was stressed
And
out. I
I,
know
if I
y'all was
had my
stressed
whole
out with the
journal
rest of those
ecosystem
episodes.
with me, I would show y'all. But work in progress is
No.
the alternative historical
With.
fantasy that is basically saying due to, okay, how do I explain this? Here's the pitch. Okay. Oh no, 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 because I don't even know everything. So I can't give y'all even 20%. The baseline is
And not too
that
much,
what
right?
if
Like,
black
don't
folks
give them
were able to have their
everything.
own nation states, which is also interesting because a nonfiction book came out last year called Black Moses that talked about the many times we have tried to post emancipation have our own state, but this is our own nation state. So because of, is it what if one of the major slave revolts actually worked? How did we get to current day 2022
Mm,
2024? It's kind of where it starts, right? But we get like flashbacks or whatever. And I use astrology in it
mm,
and hoodoo as one of the main mechanisms that it stays safe. And it's like, it follows the
mm,
family that it's not a monarchy, but it's still kind of like a president, president. Like these are the main families that have kind of helped it continue. And I think it's
ooh,
really just
yeah.
going to come out about a story of community and grief and what is freedom, even when
Mm,
still being attacked by the United States and surrounded by indigenous like what does freedom still look like when you're on the continent that enslaved you
mm,
and you're still trying to be free. You know what I'm saying? And you still like, yeah, you're your own thing, but what does that look like to still embody love, right? That's the whole thing.
yes.
Yeah. I'm exploring it as I explore my characters. Like it's crazy the amount of like spirit work it takes for that type of work in progress, the amount of shadow work I've had to do, the amount of astrology that I've had to learn because I had to
It's a
learn like
vibe.
history and like what was the astrology during this time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one. Ain't
Mm-hmm.
no telling when that thing gonna come out. Amen.
Mm. Listen, you know what's so interesting? It's almost it's not almost. It's directly in conversation with my ever complex growing, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm still doing it, manuscript. Where it's set in the utopia of the US, in the dystopia of the US, sort of. Um, let's see what the pitch would be. I'm over here like, let me explain what this is because it's not like I haven't shopped it around. It just keeps changing. It started as a poetry collection and I was bamboozled, friends. Um, basically, everybody minding their business, but they know that the world is going to end because it has before. And they're shoved into a different form of the world. And it's basically like a steampunk futuristic world where all people do is work, right? They're given these like work apartments and everybody's ranked in whatever. Everything's tiny, everything's miserable, there's nothing natural in the world. And one person is like, I am tired of this shit. There got to be something better. And it ends up, they end up in a utopia and experience some things. And there's a queer love story. And that is all I'm fit to give. But is it a spiritual download? Yes, because I don't know what I'm doing. Um, is it realizing love through
In real
resistance
life,
and love as
right? In
resistance?
real life, what
Yeah.
does that look like? We don't know.
But also, like, what does a utopia look like? And it's black as hell. Yeah.
More power to
And
you
it's like
because
in, you know,
that requires
year
a lot of
4,
imagination. That's
4,000. So
a lot of world
do with
building.
that what you will. But it's like
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
it feels like an
Yeah.
alternative
I
history, but
think
like in the future.
I would like to
Was the
say
point of
that
this
what
whole
I'm
thing,
watching like is
you
helping
know?
with that,
So,
but I may be lying cuz I'm just like catching up on shows. I'm like, okay. Um yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
sometimes it does
And then I'm
though.
just working on
Like
like nonfiction,
the most
like creative
random, like,
nonfiction
oh,
pieces.
comes from
So I kind of want to keep
random
those
shows.
two. One is connected to my dissertation, is expanding that on housing and eviction and Black motherhood and health. Period, because housing and health are intertwined. And another one is specifically for the hoodoos. So we'll see how that unfolds. So those are the main. But I do still want to like dive into kind of like that winter in Dollywood short story, like romance story, because I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to. Yeah, and it's so funny because I was watching. It's this guy on IG. Well, I watch him on IG, and
Need it yesterday.
he called it the Great American Gay Side Quest, and he goes to like different quirky things and hotels throughout the United States. And he went to Dollywood and like fell in love with it. I said no, and mind you, he only went to like the museums and got a few of the
Mm-hmm.
snacks. He was
Mm-hmm.
like, I've never been to a
Mm-hmm.
place where I get like a full meal, like a baked potato, like an amusement park. I'd be like, yeah, you can get you a full brisket. You can get you like it's a real down south kitchen going down in the amusement park. Listen, macaroni, mashed potatoes, roast biscuits with gravy. Like
And all we get is
I
turkey
love
legs
Dollywood.
and
And it's because also some of my favorite rides have been in Dollywood. So I
I'm
like,
getting
roller
hungry.
coasters. But and so like
Mhm.
it would be like a Black romance in the winter, have like during the New Year, because we don't have a lot of New Year romances like at all. And I want to set
Not me.
in Dollywood, and I just want like a little short story, like
We
that's
need a New
something
Year
fun.
romance. That's cute. I mean, I'm
Uh,
supposed to write a romance.
that's fine. You'll get it
I
next
love
year.
it.
You probably get it in the
Give it to us.
summer. To be
We
honest, like
want
people
it.
be like, oh,
We want it. We want it now.
I don't got a summer romance, but I got a winter romance for you if you want to cool down. Like,
I'll take it. Period. Have it. Have at it. Yeah, I started
yeah.
that little romance idea and then I was like, I'll see you later. Um
Really?
I'm working on book 2 of Soliloquy of an Ice Queen. And she is
Is that a lot for
thick.
a poetry collection?
Oh my god. I'm at
Really?
like 187 pages. It's a lot
Mhm.
for poetry. Yeah, but
Mhm.
like it's not necessarily the thing about Soliloquy of an Ice Queen is that it's a novel in verse at the end of the day because it has a story arc. It's not necessarily like, oh, here are just poems. It's like I'm weaving the story. So these are just poems. I haven't put like the story arc and like gotten into the full character. These are just like all of the poems that I've been writing over time. And then I'm gonna rearrange them like a crazy person, have all these papers on a wall on the paper, however it's gonna be on the floor, and then create the story arc for it. So I already know what the story is. It's just like how I'm gonna make it flow. All them poems ain't gonna make it, but that's what I have already, and I'm just like, whoa, this is more than I thought I would have.
And
But
the
a lot of
Soliloquy
them are
of
very
Ice Queen
short,
1
which
would
is a
be
big
in
difference
the
from
description
Soliloquy of an Ice
if you
Queen.
want to check out
Younger me had a
that.
lot to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
1
Um
and 1.5.
yeah,
How
the
about that?
reason why I can't write right now because like
I'll put that. I'll
One of
put that.
my things, the one of the media things that has like caught my
So
attention
yeah.
is like YouTube interviews, and people in their crafts with, because I can't, when I write, it looks like a film in my head. That don't mean I can do
Mm.
film, right? And yeah, and so with the award season coming around, mind you, I don't
Yeah.
even
Same.
go. I think the only time I went to the movies last year
Hmm.
was
It's
to
hard.
for Sinners. Like I did want to go see Weapons, but
It's
like
hard.
they do not keep movies in the theater long at all, nor do they advertise for real, because they wanted to go to streaming, and I'm like, you're not even getting your money like that for
Mm.
real. Whatever. Anyways,
No.
hmm barely
It's like
barely
it's
a month,
very. There
and
used to
that's why
be
they keep
a
having
month, two
to
months that
release
a
Sinners
movie would
again.
be.
Sinners is back. I think
Months.
by the
It
end of
would
the month,
be
Sinners will
for
be back
months, and
in
now it's like
IMAX.
3 weeks.
Yeah. And I was like, you're either trying to get your money out of it, or you realize like y'all probably should have kept that movie there for a while with
Hmm.
all its
The
success off
23rd,
rip.
I think it
Mind you, Sinners
is,
came out in April of
and I'm just
last
like,
year. April. But yeah. But yeah, we
why are
know
you
award
moving
season
it so
is
quickly?
we know Sinners should like sweep a lot
It's
of
so
things. There are
weird.
very few movies
Is this Crunchy?
last year that can outdo Sinners, because Sinners is not just a vampire story. Because people are like, oh, this is just Dust to Dawn again. I said, I know that's how it's a old vampire movie that came out. What it Dust to Dawn came out what in the late 90s,
I don't
I
even know what
think.
that is. I'm so
And
sorry.
basically, these folks trust in white people, and the white people destroy them as vampires. So people are looking at Sinners like that's the same thing. I'm like, yes, but there's a more
Oh,
nuanced historical connotation about you, my fellow colored, And so
I
like
mean,
it's not just that. And I but it should, so it's sweeping in like amongst other people who love their craft, so like Critics
but
Choice
also we know why
Awards
it's
and
not sweeping.
SAG and all the, now they getting their awards, but Oscars, and well, we can't say anything because Oscars is
Yeah.
Oscars at the end of the month, but like because I know Grammy said it's in the
Hmm.
beginning of February, and they
Hmm.
better win a Grammy for one of them songs. and
I don't
and
know.
I'm so sorry. I do not want the little K-pop people to win. I'm so sorry.
Absolutely.
Am I biased? Because I they have.
That's okay.
Let me tell you the two people who
That's
been
all right.
sweeping
They won a
awards:
whole bunch of stuff.
Netflix and Warner
They have been
Brothers,
winning. They've been
HBO
sweeping for
Max,
a lot of things,
which is
though.
Warner Brothers. Mind you, Netflix is trying to acquire Warner Brothers. Netflix will not be able
Mm-hmm.
to handle Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers can't even handle Warner Brothers.
Mm.
Let's be real. It's so much intellectual property between the
Please
two.
don't do this.
There's
Netflix can't
so
even handle Netflix.
much
They're
there's
removing
so much
shows all
intellectual
the
property between
time.
the two. It's crazy. But like
I'm sorry I'm
I'm
eating y'all, but I'm
enjoying
hungry.
uh,
They offload
and
stuff
that's the
all the
problem,
time.
because Warner Brothers, which is
Netflix
another reason why
offloads so
Paramount was
much
trying to get Warner
shows.
Brothers to
What
change,
are you
because
gonna do with Warner
Warner
Brothers? It's
Brothers
never gonna be
owns
seen
like,
again.
I tell people, I said Warner Brothers is the progressive of, you talking about movie
Mm.
things, DC, Scooby Doo, Cartoon. Think about all those like intellectual properties that what made millennials more progressive than any other generation.
Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm.
Warner
Mm-hmm.
Brothers, our media, like Studio
Yeah.
Ghibli
Actually,
partners with Warner
I'm
Brothers
supposed to
to
be
have the movies
I'm supposed to be
like
getting
released
children's
in the United States.
movies. Let
So
me get up.
all the old, so TMC, so which is the all the old movies is Warner Brothers. AMC is
Mm-hmm.
Warner
Mm-hmm.
Brothers.
Right.
Like,
True.
yes, like a lot of your like
Uh-huh.
romantic comedies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of your
All them
romantic comedies from
westerns
the
your
90s,
grandparents used to
2000s,
be
they're under
watching.
Warner Brothers. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Black and
Mhm.
white
And,
shows.
and so it's just like
AMC. Wow. Look at
I
that.
don't know because
Is this the
they
year
want
of
to
the
use the
rom
same
coms?
formula but not do it well. Everybody's trying to what the kids say reheat nachos
We'll see.
and it's not done well. I Reheating nachos is always nasty as hell to me, so I don't know why the kids brought that up. Like I was like, y'all never
Where
reheated
did that even
nachos,
come
huh?
from? Even
Talking
though
about it's good.
nachos
No, it's
would be
not. You
nice right
little
now.
microplastic children. I don't use the air fryer. I when the air fryer first came out. This is my conspiracy theory.
In the air fryer?
This is my conspiracy theory. When air fryers first came out, I said
Oh Lord,
when
here we
they hit
go.
the
Let
streets
me
and they hit
strap
the
in.
streets like crack. Uh,
Uh-huh. When they hit the streets like
yeah, y'all
cocaine.
had heroin down
Well,
there.
heroin, because
As the
they
people
didn't cocaine didn't hit.
and
Wrong,
so
I'm
here's
from
my conspiracy
Miami,
thing
so it's
about
a
air
little bit
fryers.
different.
We talk a
Continue.
lot about like microplastics as well. Like millennials are
Heroin
the
and the
microplastic
cocaine.
generation. And why if the boomers are what
Mm-hmm.
lead. Yeah, I forgot what the X's are, but we're the
Mm-hmm.
microplastics generation. And I
Mm-hmm.
said asbestos. Yes.
Lead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You right, friend. You should have went. You should have.
Asbestos. Yes.
Listen,
This is the
listen.
most
Okay, how
mercurial
air fryers
ass
work, and I'm just
conversation.
like, watch in about 10 to 15 years,
Whew.
everybody who had an air fryer is gonna be on compensation.
Go for it.
Correct. Okay,
Uh-huh.
mesothelioma.
Mhm. It's gonna be on that channel. Hmm.
Listen, I need
It's
y'all
gonna be
to
on that channel.
under.
Did you have
Y'all gonna be
did you have
entitled
an
to
air
some
fryer for the
money. I remember
years
air
of
fryers came
20
out,
whatever to
and I was like,
you
I do
may
not
be
trust this.
entitled
And we were like, oh,
for
it's quick.
glaucoma,
All money, quick money ain't good money. It's a
melanasma.
apparently it's something going around. Saying from or sound bite from TikTok about you young hoes always want to cook stuff on high and like
I felt so attacked because that was definitely me in my
listen
20s.
and
And I
like
said,
and I knew I was old from a young age. I knew my ancestors had a grip on me
he
from
didn't
a
have to
young
go that hard.
age
He didn't have to go that
because
hard.
like I don't like certain things if you cook it fast. Give me my anybody who knows me who done had a meal from me in the past like 2 3 years. My grandma bought me a big cast iron pot, heavy.
Mm.
Like I have multiple cast iron. Like I am a slow. I cook cornbread from scratch. Like I am a certain
Ooh,
type of girl.
yes. I love
I
that
get
for
a
you.
boiler. I get a like a deep fryer. I get listen. I got everything in my
Hmm.
kitchen
Hmm.
except
I
for a
can't
pressure
wait.
cooker and a stand mixer. When I get them too, there will be signs when I have money because you're gonna see like, oh, listen, everything else in the kitchen, baby, I already got.
Mm.
And so like,
Unstoppable.
girl, let clouse that. Yeah. And so like quite
So and so
literally,
finna get
friend,
you
I'm the
what
person
is
who's
it? Them little
anti air
crusette
fryer
things.
because
Them
I
little
believe in 10 to
crusettes.
15 years is some
Le
more stuff gonna
crusettes.
happen and y'all gonna be entitled for to compensation. But because like
We will
because
be
like
entitled to
I'm like y'all
compensation.
are
We're gonna
already
have a
complaining
missing
about everything.
eye
Y'all
and
complaining that the food is fake,
melanasma.
but now you're gonna put it in an air pocket that future like it's Xenon Z3
It's
to make
real.
it like cook without like that's my conspiracy theory.
Xenon Z3. I'm cackling.
And not on
It's
mine.
not.
I make sure
It's.
ass don't pop up on
I'll see
mine.
you in 10
I
years,
pay the extra,
and I'll
baby.
be like, it came on Netflix because you know they got ads now. It came on Netflix.
You know it's crazy? That's the only thing I
Listen,
pay for.
I
Like I don't pay for streaming
I ain't.
services.
I'm
I don't
like, you
pay
know
for
what?
YouTube.
This
I don't pay for
feels
anything. But Netflix, I've had the
nostalgic.
Netflix account since 2011, 2012. Like when they were still doing DVD and streaming. Yeah, I don't want that's the one thing I don't want ads on. Everything else can have ads. I don't care.
I've had it for years. Mm-hmm. See, that's why I'm gonna call you and I'll be like, doctor, it came true. I
Listen,
recorded it
that
on my
I
little device
my true conspiracy theory is that
and I'm gonna text it to you so you could see and I could call the number. Cause I had a solid I had a solid few, I had a solid few hot girl years where we was in that air fryer. But there were things that I didn't know how to do, so
okay.
I would just cook it on the stove because I was like, this need to be
Maybe
fried.
with the age of
This
analog,
need to
people
be
will
deep
slow down and
fried.
have the patience to slow cook food so it can marinate
This
even
needs
better.
some
Since
oil,
since y'all claim
okay?
all the food is fake anyways, at least eat the fake food with good marination.
There was I mean, everything is more delicious when you slow down. And I think that
Mm.
what we will be
Go
forced to
outside and
do, especially as Chiron hits
listen,
Taurus,
that may be a
is
blessing in
we will have no
disguise.
choice
Because
but
maybe
to
the
slow
brunch
down
spots with
and
the
cook our
grass on the
food
wall won't
because we
be
won't be
harassing
able
us for
to
18% gratuity
be
for
out.
people.
Be out.
I don't know why y'all be
We
going
gonna
to
have to
any spot that
start.
had grass on the wall, but you know,
Listen, I I really think that what's gonna end up happening with Chiron and Taurus is we're going back to home cooked meals. We're going back to you bring something,
do
you
you?
bring something,
Cause black folks,
you
some
bring
like
something,
black folks really still
and
be
we all
reckless.
going.
Did you have you ever seen the real
We should be doing that already,
the
but
lady be like she call around, she like, yeah, I'm pulling some on the grill. That's how I used to do it when I
yes,
lived in
that's
Tallahassee
exactly
and
who
all
I
of us
see.
was in
I'm gonna put
Tallahassee.
some on the
And
grill.
stuff
I don't
used to be
need
at my
nothing, but
house.
you could
We
bring
used to
X, Y, Z.
bring, they would be in the chair, like, oh, I'm gonna bring this. Yeah, it be up in that little
Mm-hmm.
apartment. Baby, it be up. I think like
Yeah,
also with
yeah.
that, people probably will finally
It
be
be it,
able to find
and it's
more
a
of a
good time.
connection. Like thinking back like on well like this whole season, right? We just keep bringing up like connection.
Yeah, connection, community, the community that you're looking for is in having people in your house. The community that you're looking for is knocking on the neighbor
Please
across the
use your
hall from you
amenities.
in your apartment.
You can
Being in that little raggedy ass rec room and everybody being like,
like
"Hey, you want to do something?" Please, you paying all that money, you don't even go to the gym, but you paying for another gym outside your gym, and that's a read for me too because that used to be me. That was included in my HOA. Did I ever see the inside of that gym once? Um, and that's just real. But like, I think we will have no choice because everything is too expensive. I've been seeing, um, how
Speaking
people are
of
like, "There's
everything more
nobody at the gym,
expensive, so
y'all."
I like
You
if
know,
I
New
have
Year,
cash, like
everybody be at
pennies
the
and
gym, and it's
cash.
because it's
When I
not
was
affordable.
shopping for
Too lit.
Christmas, we did like the cheap Christmas gifts. So I went to like Dollar Tree and did everything, and I
Mm-hmm.
paid in cash. And the lady was like, "Oh, I don't have any pennies." I said, "Don't worry about it. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I got pennies." And then, okay, exact change me. I'm about to exact change you. And then I went to
Now you will have pennies.
Kroger. Okay. And I went to the self checkout. They underpaid me versus overpaying what was exact. And they didn't include pennies. So, but if I went to a cashier, that
Mm-hmm.
cashier, because I think that day I went to Dollar Tree, Walmart, and Kroger. Dollar Tree and Walmart, I went to the cashier. And the cashier in Walmart paid me more.
They would have
Although I saw
had
she
the
had a
penny.
full thing of pennies. So you're telling your
Mm-hmm.
cashier people not to give out pennies. So y'all are
Mm-hmm.
creating the inflation. Because there's more than enough pennies to circulate. There's enough pennies to circulate, y'all. Okay, I do not have all the pennies. I may have exact change, but
Yeah.
I don't have all the pennies. But
There's enough
I
for,
think it's
yeah,
coming
there are.
down. They're creating more of the inflation, these mass corporations. And luckily,
No. Right.
certain
We
people in
don't
Kroger, like
know
I
what
said, the woman in Walmart overpaid me versus underpaid me, but the self checkout underpaid me back,
that is. Mm-hmm.
like my money. I said very interessante. I don't like that because especially as we're urging people to keep cash on hand because barter systems are going to be so important, especially with
I
the
mean,
domestic terrorism that's going on right now. Like know your neighbor, know their
right.
movements, know your rights, know your skill sets. So you need I was telling I've
Mm-hmm.
been doing like this like 30-day yoga thing and I said I got to get back to weight training because my favorite pastime is to bully men,
Oh, yeah.
and I can't continue to bully men, and and not being too
Girl, you
listen.
gotta,
I already know I can't run them, but
you gotta be strong, friend. You gotta be strong, or have,
maybe my
you
guy
gotta also
friends
have
will be like, yeah,
a,
you can have one now because they used to say I couldn't
blicky, as the
have
children
one
say,
because of how I
upon your
be.
person.
Listen,
I retract my statement. I retract my statement. I
like
forgot
people
where I
like,
was.
no,
I
you
forgot
can't
where I
have
was.
one.
Yeah, no, no, not you.
They're like, actually,
Other
you can have
things,
one.
other things.
And but
You
like know your role. I think
go to weight
everyone needs
training,
to know
friend.
their
Get your
role.
weight up.
Whether yes, and I mean like knowing your role also goes back into like personal
Zero.
boundaries,
And it can
capacity.
change.
Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. 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 And as like an artist, a writer, sometimes your role is witnessing things, and sometimes your role is
Mhm.
imagining a different time and space for people. Sometimes it's archiving things. telling truths that are uncomfortable. Like knowing your role can be as active and as
Everything's political.
I don't know what the other side. It's not passive because like being an artist is not passive, or we wouldn't lose funding. Um, but like be as flexible. Period. In your idea of what your role is, and try out different roles to see what works. Being the
But
role
if you're
can
in a
be
place of
feeding people. It can
employment,
be giving rides.
you
It can
so
be
legally
letting
you cannot
somebody
guide
in
them
that's running from
into
somebody.
a space. But it
You know what I'm
but
talking
if they
about.
get there, they protect it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like it's so many
Knowing your
things.
rights.
And I think here's the so there's
Yeah.
more talk about
There's so many
spiritualists
things that we
and
can do for each
who you should
other
be trusting at this
and
time,
for
depending on how
ourselves.
you're spiritualist. Spirituality has always been political because depending on who is in power, certain religions are more acceptable than others, right? And so right now, a lot of people, and they, oh my God, yeah, yeah, they're enforcing it now.
They're
Mind you, it's
closing
always going to
down
be on the
tarot
outside when
shops.
we have our
It's
websites that
illegal
say
to
for
practice
entertainment
in
purposes
in
only.
certain
At the
states.
bottom, but like, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. And so, um,
Hmm.
which is why you kind of have to have like other
And they won't let
platforms
you
and
rent
stuff and be like,
certain
oh, da, da,
places
da,
either.
you know. But quite literally, there's been more conversation about like what type of spiritualist people like what if you're looking for a spiritualist, right, to guide you at this time, they need to have a certain politic. And I agree, correct. I agree. And I think because most people politic has recently emerged through
Everything is for
books and not through
everybody.
action, then you can also come into a wall with that. And we've talked offline about this, about,
Mm.
so, I call it social media social justice warriors.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
mhm,
Oh yeah. It's like um it's kind of like beating people over the head with the Bible, right? Like it's kind of the oh, it's this is the clearest
mm,
non-problematic way to do this.
mhm,
It's the black uh
mhm,
post on IG. That's what
mhm,
that is. It's performative. Every like there is a time to say
mhm,
things.
mhm.
This is one of them. But there is also in spiritual black
And there's different ways to do
black
liberation. I think that's
spirituality.
been my like beef.
There are
There's been like
layers
one
and
type of
nuance to certain things.
liberatory type of working and thought process that has come
Of
about.
exactly.
And I'm like, this is another beef I have kind of with hoodoo, trying people pushing hoodoo into the mainstream,
Mm,
right? People learning more about hoodoo, and it's what we now call a social justice standpoint. But your
mm,
justice standpoint is about good and evil when the Congo theology does not look at that, right? Hoodoo is based in Congo
mm-hmm,
theology, and it talks about balance. And so your social justice like framework is stuck in I'm just trying to
mm,
beat the white man, not in I'm also trying to set new
mm, mm, mm,
foundations and liberate my people to be who they want to be no matter what. And so people have like hoodoo stuck in this like rigidity. I was like, y'all don't want to talk about how people used to use
mm.
pimping for liberation under hoodoo? That's under one of our
Yeah.
glamour magic. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to, You know, like you don't want to hear about
Ooh,
how that Creole witch is kind of the
I want to have that
part of the
conversation. I want to
liberation
hear
movement
that. Tell
through
me about it,
magic and
friends.
music. Although she is a capitalist, like, are we not going to talk about the nuances?
Listen, they're not ready. And also, and also, as much as there are, the
Correct.
ideas of
Correct.
anti-capitalism, it's also we need everybody in all places with all capacities, everywhere.
Please critique the
Now,
mess out of
if they're
everybody.
just benefiting off
Everybody.
of people and just doing what everybody else does, then hey, they're not above critique. But
Hmm.
everybody's not above, like there's no one above critique, right? But also pay attention to the art, pay attention to what's being written, pay attention to what is being sang. A lot of people think that, like, oh, art is whatever, and it's like, but you're going to use a Maya Angelou, Toni Morrison quote, um, a Nina Simone quote for something that includes resistance.
No, for real. I should have pre-ordered. I
Pay
should have
attention,
pre-ordered
y'all. Start
the.
to read. Get
I should
yourself
have
that
pre-ordered it
Merriam-Webster
because it looked
dictionary if you don't
like
have one.
I should have that on my shelf.
I'm gonna get me one. Me too. I
Also,
really should
teach
have.
yourself
I
how
should
to
have.
read. There's so many
I should have.
new because a lot of people don't want to get to reading because they feel
It should be here
ashamed
by
that they're not at
now.
the level they're supposed to be.
So
And what I've been
yeah.
liking, I've seen a lot more black men do this publicly, right? Teach themselves how to read. Um, I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
he's learning how to read. Maybe he will
That
not
Kai Cenat boy. I don't know
be
what
such
he
of a coon
does.
sometimes if now that he's reading.
Yes.
I just knew he was a streamer, and
I have no
I learned
idea
he was
who.
a
I
streamer,
don't
a
know
really big
nothing
streamer.
about that boy besides
Listen,
that
I
he
he came on my
exists and
radar
he's learning to
when
read. A
he came on my radar
streamer.
when
There
he
we go.
started
I'm
playing.
an
I said,
auntie.
"Who is this child?"
I
And
don't know what that
apparently, he was
means,
saying
but I
black
am
people
glad
don't
that
have
they
any
are
culture
making money
while he's
doing it.
seen in Black America, and all his guests are Black American. I was like, "Okay, that's how you get big." And he's Haitian.
Mm-hmm. Well,
He's like another Kodak
he is.
Black. And so, but for
I'm
the
so
Gen
glad
Z
you're learning
generation,
to read so that you can realize. Oh, great. Oh,
um,
great. Mm. I don't like
but
them
I
niggas.
think I love it. But like,
The end. The end. That's my thoughts on that. Like, I ain't even gonna get into that. But yes, continue. I do. Learn to read. Do not be ashamed that you don't know. That's part of the
mhm,
problem. There's a lot of people who don't know, and you don't get curious about what you don't know because you're ashamed of not know. That's a circle of bullshit. Like you're gonna stay in that, and
mhm,
it
those
gives
vibes.
you an
It really
amount
have some vibes.
of allowing someone else with more information to have power over you, and you have no thoughts. Just vibes, and that's part of the problem of
Mhm.
why we're
PBS is
here.
still here. They did shut down PBS news
So
weekends, but PBS is still here.
reading Rainbow is back.
PB to have an account with PBS for a year, access to everything PBS is
PBS is
only sixty
still,
dollars. Only $60 to have access to
yeah.
everything PBS from through time, space, history now. And then you can put part
That's
of that or
crazy.
donate part of that to your local PBS station so they can stay open.
Ooh, let
Yes.
me go.
Yes.
I'm gonna go
Do
join.
that. Do that. Yeah. And I correct. It's free.
Oh, I like it. Yes, thank you. I'm gonna go through that. Also, the
I'm frustrated
library.
about like my library getting stuff slower,
The
but then I looked at
library is
I
free
think it has
and it
like
needs you to pull
18
up
locations in the
and use their
city.
services.
Like this that's how many branches are in the city cuz land, right? Um and but they have so much activity going on for like senior citizens, children, teenagers,
Mm, hmm hmm
like help with legal services. Like they just have so much conference. They have Comic Con and book cons.
mm.
Like my God, shout out to my tax dollars. That's because that's where they go.
They have a lot going on. That's
Okay,
cute.
so um,
Yeah,
do we want to
that's what
talk
I want my tax
about?
dollars to go
Uh,
to.
no, for real. I be yapping with them, for
Use your
real.
library.
Um, do we want to talk
They got so much
about
stuff in there, and they want to see you. Like they want to see
the Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler? Because
you.
we were going to do a special episode after this, but I think this is the episode to do it. So we can have some time, space for people to revisit season two
Yes,
before we get to season three, whenever that is. No, that's gonna be a fun season.
we not. It's gonna be lit. Yeah, what
Let me pull
it's
up their
gonna be
charts. I
lit.
mean,
It's gonna be lit.
I didn't even think
So
about this in advance,
catch up. Let's talk
but
about the
you
boys.
can pull it
Them.
up on your end because I don't even know how to. Because I didn't set it up for real. I would just
Yeah, yeah. It's okay. Can we hold on?
I think we
Hold
should
on.
look at
Let
the
me
charts at the
see.
same
Let me
time.
see if
So
we
I
can
can
do
pull up.
something here.
I'll pull up Ryan since he's a
Um.
fellow Gemini, and you can pull up Michael B. Jordan's. So okay, y'all. So let me give you a background on this.
Because his birthday is coming up. Okay,
And
we got it. We got it.
so I've been like one part of my
I was wondering if we could screen share. Oh, we got his whole birth time. That's crazy, Michael.
and for Ryan.
Thank you for your service.
I don't know how.
But like his birth time
Yeah,
too?
for Ryan, if this is correct.
That's scary. I
Um.
don't want to be famous, y'all. I don't want my whole birthday.
Okay. Let's talk
Do we want to
about. Okay,
screen
so
share?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if they will see my the screen. I might have to. Actually, I might have to
Hold on. Let's
bring.
let's
Editing Lady D Emerald back here again to tell you that once again we had a oopsies. We had a conundrum, and for some reason, Elias got kicked out. We already could not adjust volumes like we used to. When we came back the first time from the spirit intermission, and this time once again, there was differences in volume and the tracks did not do things right. So here I am explaining why the next part, which is really cool of us breaking down Michael uh B. Jordan's and Ryan Coogler's birth charts and how they work really well together and why. Um it's still really cool. So you still should listen, take some notes, enjoy, and yeah. And I guess I will see you guys in season three. Enjoy. All right, we're
what
back.
is
Sorry, you
this?
guys.
Oh,
Technology. Technology. Um, we
there is a Mars. square Mercury
Hold on, it's not
happening or
transiting.
something like that.
It's something going on with Mercury, actually. Mercury's been opposite Jupiter all day, apparently, as well.
Yeah,
Eh,
but that's not the
Yeah, there's
only
some other
thing.
weird thing going on with Mercury. Okay, let's see. Okay,
What
so
day is today?
yeah, what were we doing? Okay, we
We're gonna talk about them blast. Well, the Monday. Oh,
so
Jesus.
we quite literally we're
That's
talking
not what I need.
about Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler and their work relationship and what like Ryan Coogler has talked about why him and Michael have continued to work with each other. Um
Mm-hmm.
and just like hearing them talk about each other, I'm like,
They're so
wow.
cute. They're so
And then
cute.
also how they talked about Chadwick Boseman. He comes up
Yeah.
a lot frequently as well. I want to look at these charts. So I want to look at the charts. And so
Mm-hmm.
let's bring in the um first one. Let's see. Cuz I even labeled it like an adult. Um
Look at you go. Look at you go. I need just like a list of transits happening at this point in time. Cause your girl, why am I looking at let me just put my book down.
so
I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much.
if you are looking at the video version and of us
That is so
struggling,
cute.
um
I tried and everything went away.
and so this is Ryan Coogler's chart, you guys. And he is a fellow Gemini. And I did not know this. He's also a fellow Scorpio rising. So,
So y'all the same age?
yeah, he's in the beginning of the Pluto in Scorpio transit. So he is a 1986 baby. So at the 1985 is like
Oh,
the very beginning. I call true millennials Pluto and Scorpio baby. So like 1985 to 1995,
that's
I think.
the year I like right there for myself, me myself. Yeah, that's a good year. Oh, okay. So date of birth May 23rd, 1986. This is apparently public knowledge, y'all. So we got all the business for some reason.
Mhm. Mhm.
Don't
I
know
didn't
how to
even
do
think
it.
they had his birth time.
Birth time. So it's AstroSeek doesn't have it, but
Astro
Astro
Charts has
Charts be
it.
having everybody business.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how to do it. I don't know how
Astro
to do
Charts
it,
has
but
it. And so Ryan Coogler, Gemini Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Gemini Mercury, a Venus in
oh my
Cancer,
god.
a Mars in Capricorn,
Hey.
a Jupiter in Pisces.
Ooh, yes.
Kind of think about his
Which
like work. A
makes
Saturn,
sense.
yeah, his Saturn is in Sagittarius.
And it's retrograde.
His Pluto is in five
Saturn,
degrees.
Uranus, and Neptune. Oh.
His Pluto and Scorpio's in
Oh.
5 degrees. His Neptune in Capricorn is 5 degrees. Okay.
And
His
they're
North
also
Node is in
retrograde.
Aries.
Both of them are retrograde.
Right.
All of these are retrograde.
His midheaven, of course, is in Leo. Because most
Because
people,
same
those of us who are
rising.
Scorpio ascended, either have our midheaven in Leo or in Virgo. Mine is in Virgo. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at like
Mm-hmm.
this chart and like, this is so interesting.
I mean, Jupiter in Pisces definitely feels like oftentimes Mars in Pisces as well as like Jupiter in Pisces, there's something around film, photography, some form of that as like art. Um so I think that's pretty cool. And then 5 degrees of anything that is called the fame degree because it is a Leo degree. And so having Pluto at 5 degrees we're just seeing the beginning of Ryan Coogler.
And you know what's so funny? His Mars is in Capricorn in third house, and a lot of his main characters, like where,
Third house.
yeah, Mars in Capricorn in third house, most
Hmm.
definitely talks. It makes sense to why like so many of his main characters are male to me. Like he gets to
Oh, that makes sense.
communicate
Yeah.
their feelings, their thought process, create. Cause like his main part in crime is Michael B. Jordan. Like yes, yes, in Black
Right.
Panther 2, we have Shuri as the main character, but that was only because
Hmm.
Chadwick had passed. And there was still a huge
Yeah.
portion about ancestral veneration. And this is where like I
Hmm.
wish
Hmm.
because I'm like, why is his I think I expected something to be in his fourth and 12th house. But I we don't have like the
It's
asteroids and
that
stuff.
Venus.
But that eighth
No, no,
house
we
is
don't.
lit
And
up.
it's also having that Venus in the ninth house, I would say also speaks to like ancestral veneration, downloads,
Mhm.
and letting that lead all of the art as well. Because Venus is at 2 degrees. So it's in conversation with Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, the ascendant, the sun it's in direct like conversation between Gemini, the sun and Venus, and the
Mhm.
moon and Mercury. So like they're all talking to each other. It's a big loud conversation.
And that Chiron is opposite of his moon as well. So Chiron and Gemini in the eighth
Mm,
house. And we're talking about,
I mean, hello.
healing yourself through the taboos, through rebirth, through loss,
Mm-hmm.
through death.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was his uncle's death that made him write Sinners. And his uncle was
Oh.
originally from Mississippi and the lover of the blues. So
Mm.
his ancestral veneration, and to institutionalize it, right? Also ninth house, Venus in
Mm-hmm.
Cancer. Oh, sorry y'all. Gotta hurry
Mm-hmm.
put the thing on for it for the computer stop computering dies. We're talking about Venus and Cancer ancestral veneration on an institutional level, and when it's in the ninth house.
Yeah.
Oh, that gives me a little. Okay, that
Mm.
also makes sense a lot about myself, actually, about the work that I do as a Venus in
Yes, I
Cancer
love that
ninth
for you.
house. Wow, when you look at other people's charts, gives
You
I
understand. I love it.
and his North Node
I
is
love
in
it.
Aries, like like a trend setter in his house of work,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what he has been doing through Fruitvale Station, Black Panther, Creed,
Yeah.
and all of that. I think that's really dope. Like once
And
you.
also, all of his work feels like a love letter to Black folks. And we can feel that, right? So it's it's starting the trends, but it's also having the audacity to do your own stuff. He is not meant to be doing other people's stuff.
Yeah, because all he's mostly done is like original work outside of Black Panther. And
Yeah.
even then, sorry for I'm gonna have
Mm.
to cover your face so people can see both
No, no,
charts.
I'm okay with that
Um,
because I wanted
because
to compare them.
like quite literally, oh, Michael B. Jordan's a Virgo rising, so it's in his 11th house.
Oh, hey, twin. What? Not us both being on screen.
No,
Still,
no, still.
y'all are staring at our business. You just don't know it yet.
No, for real. Um,
So
that's
he has.
crazy.
So are we Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan?
Period. Just Michael B's son is in Aquarius.
His son
So
is in Aquarius.
yeah, his son is in Aquarius one
I'm
too.
about to learn some things. I too shall learn. His moon is in Cancer, so moon to
To
Ryan
Venus.
Coogler's Venus.
Yeah.
Of course, they're gonna make money together, right? They have an understanding. They have a camaraderie. They understand each other's needs and what they value, right? And that's in the 11th house.
Mm-hmm. Of
Who
people
would be in the 11th
community.
house?
And you know what's funny? They both have, well, it makes sense. They both have Chiron and Gemini. But,
Oh, but he's like a almost 12th house Virgo rising. So
mm-hmm,
his Leo is in the 11th house, which would make sense why he's a everything that he is right now.
mm-hmm.
So his moon is in the 10th house, which makes more sense on why professionally this works.
I think Michael B. Jordan's, because people were like, oh, Michael B. was really big before then. But I'm like, Sinners has catapulted him, and so that means while he was
Yeah.
filming Jupiter was in Gemini when he was filming Sinners, basically, because they
Mm,
had
which means
right. So while Jupiter was transiting his Chiron and his MC, Michael B. Jordan played twins.
that is so great.
Right?
While
Like
working with a Gemini.
sometime, right. And him playing the twins, like, get him to kind of probably unpack some things for himself. Because I remember one of
Absolutely,
the
yeah.
interviews he talked about, like, when he felt like he couldn't do it. He was
Mm,
like, they had a thing on set, basically like, what would Chadwick do? Chadwick Boseman.
uh,
And so, like, I think also Sinners was cathartic to them because this is the first film they've had together where they
mhm.
probably would have had Chadwick part of film, and they are
Absolutely.
back together
I could see
fully.
him in that. Mm,
Right. And so
mhm,
while Jupiter was going through Gemini for Ryan's eighth house, right? Um, and it was hitting his sun and his Mercury. So how he kind of
mhm,
needs to write about this major death that has impacted
mhm,
him.
mhm.
And then we get to Jupiter in Cancer, and it's like blowing up, right? For especially for Michael B. Jordan, it's blowing up because if we turn his
Yeah,
whole sign, it would be his 10th house, his 11th house, right? So it's blowing up for Michael B.
it
He in the
is his.
limelight a lot.
Not even because his moon is at 10 degrees, so it would have still high key been in the 10th house,
Yeah,
like his moon.
yeah.
So
I'm just saying, like,
there
people
was
like,
no
we can
possibility.
we can look at a
I it,
Placidus chart and be like, yeah, but
yeah,
I'm saying this like 11th house for the
listen.
whole signers. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But 11th or 10th house is still is huge. It's going to
Yeah.
catapult him. And when Jupiter goes
Either
into
way, yeah.
Leo, it's going to continue the momentum. Whatever work they do, people are going to be like,
It's gonna be it's gonna
right.
be a thing. They gotta keep doing this thing. Um Also, Michael B. Jordan has Venus in 5 degrees of Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
So
In the
that
fourth house.
responds directly to Ryan's Pluto at 5 degrees. So that
Mm.
little synastry there.
I was
Um
also thinking about,
It's
I'm looking
Saturn
at
and
his,
Sagittarius,
like,
they're from the same
I'm also looking
planet.
at, Michael B. Jordan also has a Mars in Aries.
And a Jupiter. Hello. Jupiter in Pisces, same Jupiter
Because
in
they're born like
Pisces.
within a year of each other. I think Mike is like a year under.
Yeah, a few months really, if we're
Mhm.
looking at it.
Mhm.
But Mars in Aries, it's at 22 degrees.
Mhm.
That is interesting. I mean, a lot of his roles, it makes sense.
Mhm.
He's best known for his role as a teenage drug dealer, Wallace on The Wire.
That's not his most well-known role.
Reggie Montgomery in All My Children, Vince Howard on Friday Night Lights, Alex in Parenthood.
You know what's interesting? When Ryan, because I was watching, it's kind of like this. The Hollywood Reporter has this panel of directors like once a month, and the
Mhm.
most recent one was like all the directors from the biggest movies this year. So like Hamnet,
Mm.
Sinners, my gosh, Avatar, all these, six of these major
Mhm.
film directors, and two of them, Ryan and Chloe Zhao, I think is her last name. She's Chinese, and her and Ryan were actually under this one guy who's also part of the panel. And I thought it was interesting. And what I also
Oh.
thought was interesting, Ryan was talking about, because somebody asked like, how do you and Michael keep connecting to do these
Mhm.
movies? And
Mm.
Ryan was like, when he first met Mike, he was like, this guy kept being kind of like this B list or these like supporting characters. And
Mm.
so
He has a
once they
North
met
Node in
again,
Aries.
he put him in Black Panther, right? Well, he put him in Fruitvale Station, and so that
Mhm.
kind of started everything, and then they reconnected, and he put him as Killmonger for Black Panther,
Mhm.
and and Ryan said something about he had to film something, and he said something about doing, like, Ryan was like, oh, something about being a boxer, and Michael B. Jordan made him a deal, and that's how Michael B. Jordan ended up being
Mhm.
the head person for Creed, like the head actor for Creed. It was something.
Nice.
It was like very jokingly, but like, oh dang, let me keep my promise. I said X, Y, and Z,
Yeah.
and now they
Huh.
just have this connection that he said, like they just have this connection, this like brotherhood, this understanding. Um, and
So
so.
let me connect this to why in astrology.
Mhm.
So Ryan Coogler has his North Node in Aries and it's direct.
Mhm.
Michael B. Jordan has his North Node in Aries, but it's retrograde. And
Mm.
this is how you have someone who sees you, right? North Node in Aries that's direct. Ryan is like, why are you always in these supporting roles?
Mhm.
Hello, also having a Virgo rising.
Mhm.
Get up out of here. I got you. I see your potential for these main roles, and this is how you do it. But it
Mm.
always has to be where, like, the direct person that may have the same placement as you is like, let me get you up out of here. I see you. I see what you're capable of. Let's go do this thing together. I mean, there's so many other, like, sun, moon, blah, blah, blah. But, like, they're both supposed to be in the forefront one way or another.
Mhm.
One behind the camera directing and the one other one in front of the camera.
Mhm.
And so that's just like a little tidbit of like they both share that North Node in Aries.
Mhm.
And so there's a synergy there. Plus Mars once, like, I think Ryan Coogler had to give him like the space to affirm like, yo, you belong in these kind of spaces.
Mhm.
With that Mars, Michael B. Jordan takes that shit and he runs. And so they
Once he
both
feels
speak to
confident
each
enough
other's pain
to.
points. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And, I think Ryan Coogler helps his Chiron. I'm talking about Michael's Chiron because his Chiron is in Gemini.
Mhm. They both.
So like
They
they
kind
they
of.
see each other
Mhm.
real, like they understand certain things, and that's part of the synergy.
Oh, I would see what you were saying about the Venus Capricorn is opposite Ryan's
Mhm.
Venus in Cancer. Okay.
So they
Mm.
challenge each other, but like in really great ways.
In a really great
And
brotherhood.
also, Michael's Chiron in Gemini is also retrograde versus Ryan Coogler's Chiron that is direct.
Mm.
So they're kind of like mirrors, but in the best way.
Mm.
Hmm.
I love that. Love
It's
that.
dope. This is so interesting. And I also realized like they're both born in California. I know one Santa Ana, the other one's Oakland. Is a completely different thing, but
Mm-hmm.
there is a vibe there where it's like we're from similar areas, but not the same place.
Mm-hmm. So the
And I feel like in Hollywood that means something different.
mm-hmm. It does.
You know?
And I think just the way they affirm the people around them is significant. Michael and
Yeah.
his mom, Ryan and his wife,
Wife.
who has
Yeah.
been executive producing a lot of his work in the background.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
she's the one who gave Ryan his first film editing software apparently. And that was a lot of money
Mhm.
back in the early 2000s. Probably still a lot of money now. I don't know. But also even how they affirmed um their coworkers with the work and
Oh yeah.
the the safety they feel around them. Because I think about the
Mhm.
interactions between Michael B. Jordan and Tessa Thompson, and how
Mhm.
he is with Wumi and Haley,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know, and
Mhm.
so many people praise them for their what we would call communal attributes, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
for sure.
And they and even how certain things are filmed with the women, you can tell when black men love women by how the roles are being filmed, how they're being directed, how
Mm,
we see them on screen. There is a care that is given that in other movies we don't get. That is
absolutely.
so lovely.
Well, hopefully y'all enjoy this and the chaos of this
Yes.
episode. Y'all are gonna hear a lot of like cuts because apparently certain things were not supposed to be said.
I
And
figured.
then technology was like, ah. So hopefully you enjoyed this last episode of season 2. Let us know
Mhm.
your thoughts, feelings, questions, or things you want to see for season 3. Um, and
Add
hopefully
in.
all of this resonates.
Yeah. Welcome. Welcome you. Welcome me. See y'all later. Check out all the other stuff. We got like 11 to 12 episodes.
Hmm.
So you can run through all of that. And we will be on your sound waves soon enough.
All right. Bye, y'all. Deuces.